And we're live.
It's 10 o'clock. Stitch markers are. Yes.
We
right
do.
Here.
We do. We
They're
have
right
them
here.
all right here. We're separating them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because she's going to work on them and she's going to show you guys what they look like. Because we just kind of made up a set right here in front of you. Right on time.
Well, just before you got here, we made them up.
Yeah, for sure. So good morning, everybody. Sunday.
You do this. I'm going to go grab something to put these on.
Oh, she's going to go grab the stuff. We just separated these really, really cute things she got. And I actually got to see them. You know, see, look. Isn't that sweet? Okay, hold on. I'll try to make it still. There. Look at that cute Christmas tree, everybody. Flock Around the Table's live, and it's Sunday, August 11th, and I'm Deb, and she's Sue, for anybody who doesn't know who we are, but most of our people know who we are. If you're not on, you'll be on later, so, okay. So this is one of the little trees that she's going to put out. It's one of a set of 4. This one's really cute. This one's got like red squares with an ornament and then the white square with the little tree in it. It's just beyond too cute. So yeah, that's adorable. And they got the nice lever back. So they make a cute earring or they make a cute stitch marker.
Or progress keeper.
Or progress keeper, and away you go. Look at how cute that is, guys.
Well, you have to get it into their line of sight.
I keep going the other way because we're backwards.
We're backwards. That's all there is to it.
I wouldn't think that about this group.
We're episode 195.
I know. 195.
That's crazy.
And you guys have been with us from the beginning. Want to see something crazy? This is for our Chicken Sharon friend who's in Florida. So Chicken Sharon, it's for you. Got to sit State Fair.
Yep.
Indiana. You know, funny thing is I buy t-shirts all over the place, right? And I wear them here at home.
Right.
Why wouldn't I wear an Indiana t-shirt when I go?
Exactly.
And I don't have any Indiana t-shirts.
Well, what the flying flock of birds?
Now I have Indiana t-shirts. I got this one and I got one with a llama on it too. And spitting facts or something like that. Because I guess llamas spit. I've only had a camel spit at me, but not a llama. I just had them dismiss me. They have them at the fair. And you walk through the llama thing and they're walking them back from being shown and stuff. And so they stand there and their posture is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're just and they know they look good. And they know that they're going to have their attention that you're everything you are. And then they just totally look right through you. Like, get on my way, bitch. I'm important. You're not. This is my arena, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go by, they sort of swish. They kind of like bump. And you're like, hey, don't knock me over, buddy. So anyway.
I am putting 2 in a container together.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. I'm not putting all of them together.
Okay.
In a container.
2. Well, yeah, we separated them.
We separated them all. So these will be 2 separate listings. They're like little 4-packs, but they're not up yet, but they will be. So they're little Christmas trees. They're all different.
I think this one you have the least of.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But
they're
cute. Just fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist them when I found them. Which way? That way.
See, that would be me. I can't have another obsession in my house. Just can't.
You can't?
No, just can't.
Yeah, that's why I can't get into like spinning or something.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't need another thing.
And as it is, I'm obsessed with the weaving and the loom. Not obsessed to the point that
you need to get
But I think it's amazing how they do that.
It's so cool.
The dunk and the in and out and how you pick the colors and you make sure your strands and all the I don't know how you would keep track of all that stuff. It's just something that I have always.
I admire the hell out of it, but I don't think I'd ever want to do it.
I would like to try just to see, but I would definitely do more of a tabletop one that.
Yeah, I get the kid one. I get the kid one.
But I'd have to have it all before I'd even start it because otherwise,
because that's the way you are.
Because that's the way I is,
Well, to do that, then you have to go through your house and get rid of all of one other thing that you had to get everything for.
Okay, I can get rid of the needle point.
So get rid of all of it, then you can replace it with something new.
That's because Sue's mom does beautiful handwork. She does cross stitch and needlework.
Beautiful. You should see.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You should see the latest one. She's outlining it right now.
Oh my God. And she does.
I mean, I'm going to talk about it because it's for my daughter.
Oh, it's really, I mean, she does beautiful work. Some of the stuff here has been, I've noticed. And
I have a few of her pieces.
And I thought, well, now I know where I can head to it. But then I thought to myself, in fact, just the other day, I kind of thought about it because I thought I should probably give it to her now while she can still see and has the desire to do it. Whereas like my mom.
What do you have?
Oh gosh, I still have kits like you would not believe. A lot of kits.
Mm.
Many years ago, we had this company called Lee Ward's. Hi, Nancy and Maggie and Karen. Hello, everybody. We used to have Lee Ward's.
Yeah.
And when we moved down here to Indy from our home, which we had a house and a garage, Mikey didn't bring all his tools because there was really no place to keep them.
Right.
But he didn't have his handy dandy cool tool kit set up because he had everything that he needed right there.
Of course.
And he could pack it when he needed it, like we do when we go on vacation or when we're going out.
Mm-hmm.
So he would go to the store and buy another screwdriver.
Right.
And of course, I had to get dragged along with to every store because they didn't have quite the handle he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I got mad. So I would go and buy needlework.
Yeah.
So I bought these kits. And then when they went out of business, one day he announced it when I got home from work. And we went over and we cleared them out. Now I never did use it. A lot of that got donated. And I did find a couple of the ones that I liked. I was into Barnes for many years. Love field looks. And this was like Petty Point. It's so hard to do. And I'm like, why am I keeping this? I'll never get to it. So,
well,
but it's still keeping there.
I finally got through to her that because she would, like you say, it's two different hobbies.
Right.
It's collecting yarn and knitting. Right. So for her,
and then a possible third with the anticipation of doing something with that yarn.
Planning it.
Yeah.
Planning it. Yeah. So with cross stitch, I think it's in pursuit of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
that's
then
a good
doing,
way.
right?
Yeah, that's a good.
Because she would spend weeks going, driving all over Kingdom Come, going from Michael's to Joann's to Hobby Lobby to each one, to
shops.
Go to the next town over, to go to there, to go to these, little sew shops, to find just the one thing that sparks her interest, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this day and age, just go online.
Pretty much.
And I said to her, I go, have you looked on Etsy? She goes, well, for patterns or kits. I said, well, there's both.
There's both.
You could get either or.
Right.
She goes, really? And I go, yeah. So I showed her. Now she doesn't have an account on Etsy, which is fine, whatever. I said, you can go to Google and you can type in.
Right. You can type
Fairy Angel cross stitch and
you get all these
listings. I said, and then just go to image.
Yeah. And it'll
just show you all the pictures.
Yep.
Oh, when she finally got into Etsy and then typed in,
that is a rabbit hole.
Jingle Bell Christmas.
Yep.
Cross stitch.
Yeah.
Cross stitch. All these, So.
Yeah, before you know
But I've got a few that are bookmarked that in cross stitch for me to give her the pattern or the kit at Christmas time. But I asked her, I said, we have drawers or boxes or bins full of finished knitted things that, we either whatever.
Right. We wore it a couple times.
We can't possibly use that many shawls or whatever.
Or that many hats or anything else.
I said, I have a spare bedroom full of that stuff. Do you have a pile of finished cross stitch that she goes, oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she does.
Oh my.
I was just curious. I'm like, do you actually have? She goes, oh yeah, that's.
See, now I never was one that had that.
I
The
was
only
never.
thing
I
is,
never.
if once it was done, it went and got framed. And
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't frame it myself. I took it to a good framer. I spent a lot of money getting the frames put on. I figured I spent all those hours making sure it stayed clean, making sure I got the stitches even, blocking it, the whole bit. And I said, I'm not going to waste the time doing the framing myself. I want it done so it stays put. In fact, the Monopoly board that I did many, many years ago with pins and stuff, I took it in and it's a good 25 years old. I did it in 2002 or something like that. So it's going on quite a few years and everything is still perfectly aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a couple of the pins are starting to slip a little bit, but, and it cost probably $200-$300 back then to do it. And that was a lot of money 20 years ago. So
it's a lot of money now.
It is too, but still, I'm just one of those people that once it's done, it gets framed. Now we do have a couple of, a couple of Disney ones, because then I thought, well, I can do these Disney cross stitch and turn them into my own posters with the pins around it, which would really be a cool idea.
Yeah.
So I have one of the Lady and the Tramp, the spaghetti one where they're both.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have that one done, and I have about 8 pins sitting there. And I know there's more pins in the bin that I haven't separated out. It's always one of those things you're going to do when you retire. Wrongo! Because every time I don't remember how I was separating them and how I was listing them.
Now you have to start all over again.
And back in the day when I was doing it, whenever you bought a Disney one, they came on a fancy little card, with a little bit of velveteen or something on it, on this little plastic thing,
Yeah.
Well, at first they didn't want the cards. You could trade pins without them.
Oh.
Now they want the cards.
Now they want the cards.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what's his name? Oh, how do you do that now? Now I have to go back and figure out which one is which. Now, most of the receipts are with those cards, but I don't know which pin it was. So, yeah. As if it's going to go to somebody or do something. I think my niece is going to walk into the house and go, oh my God, call Wounded Warriors or Junk Warriors or the junk guys and go, point, 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 get rid of it. And someone's going to make out like a bundle. They're going to go to this little show and they're going to buy a pin for $2 that's worth $18,000. And
it's only worth what somebody will pay for it.
That's true. That's so true. If somebody doesn't want it, but
yeah.
So anyway, but I digress. Anyway, yes, back to my shirt. I went to the state fair this week.
Yeah, you did.
On Friday we were there, and
the art of winging it.
The art of winging it for Chicken Sharon. I have to get it. The 2 for $30. So I bought a llama too. The new ones this year are great. I think these might have been last year's. I don't know for sure, but
because it says 24 on it.
Okay. Well, maybe they'd be smart not to put the year on it.
Right.
Whatever. I didn't go last year because it rained on the day. I think I was supposed to go last year. One year I was supposed to go with Sharon and her daughter. I was supposed to meet them there. And I'm like, nope, it's raining. I ain't going. I don't care. Last year I didn't go.
My brother is coming up and I texted. I'm like, do you want to go to the state fair? And he's like, I can if that's something you really want to do. And I go,
no,
not really.
No,
and he's like, good. I didn't really want to go either, but if you wanted to, I would have gone. Like, it's not my cup of tea.
No, you have to. Yeah, I enjoy walking past the animals and touching the noses. The cows will come up to you and you get to touch the nose. There was this rabbit in the exposition down on the one pavilion. They moved them into an air-conditioned building. Not sure why, but the rabbits were. There was this one really big rabbit. This one cat, the one kind of cat that has this furry type face, but their ears are like tucked down and folded. They don't have stick up ears. They're like this. Anyway, I thought at first it was a cat, but it was a bunny, and tail was like this big when he turned around.
A giant.
Oh, he's like a Maine Coon cat, huge rabbit.
That's huge.
And I thought, oh my gosh, if that came running at you down the alley, you'd be going, but that was fun.
Big old rabbit.
Yeah. Then you always have to go see the big pig, because they got 18 fans on this big fat pig, like he's just so big he can't even stand up. Everybody has to help him up. And
Really?
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. And then, well, they grow them. And then how do they get those big pumpkins off the trucks? I mean, they have to put them on
It's with a crane.
pallet, and they take like a crane thing to bring them down.
One of those came across my For You page on some social media thing, and this farmer was growing a giant pumpkin, and they do special things, and I don't know what it is, so don't ask me. But when he opened up this contraption that he has around the pumpkin, still attached to the vine, like he has this whole thing over it, and he's like, oh no. So he sees it crack at the stem end, because like they grew it too fast, like they gave it too much growth hormones or something, and it cracked right at the
man, that would
so
be
then he's in there putting, like, because he's like, this is gonna rot for sure, right? Because as soon as air gets in and past and whatnot, so then he's squirting in like pesticides in the inside of the pumpkin, because now you can't eat these pumpkins anyway. And then he's filling it in with like silicone to make like
putting a Band-Aid on my pumpkin.
Yeah, he's putting a Band-Aid, with I was like, oh.
Yeah, I really enjoy, and our state fair is is in town, which is a rarity. We haven't moved it out yet. The Marion County Fairgrounds are on the edge of Marion County and the Southern County, just totally lost it, Greenwood. Anyway, they're out there. Well, this is back in the day, because this has been here forever.
Yeah.
When that was the end of the city. So, and it's all, so you can get to the animals, get to the Midway, get to the Pioneer Village. You can do a lot of things in the fairgrounds, and it's like a big oval, of course, because we only know ovals in this town.
Right.
Circles on everything. And so you can see everything. Like Beth Ann said, the one in Kentucky, the animals are here and all the Midway is there. So you almost have to drive to it or take a little tram thing over there to see the animals. And I like the way ours is sort of laid out, because you get a little bit of both, And then you walk through the buildings, kind of through where the animals are. They have big open areas where they bring them out to take them to the arena and stuff. So you can walk through and see the llamas in their cages and the pigs and stuff. So you don't have to go all the way around to go to different places and stuff like that. So, and I usually go to certain things. And we went to the home building, where they have all the ladies that do the crocheting and the knitting and all.
Did they have anything mixed up this year? Did you notice? No crochet pieces in the knitting. Pieces.
It was very enlightening in a lot of respects.
Okay.
I was, again, I'm not a judge, so I couldn't see the underneath, but like the one quilt had all these little pieces, and the way she tucked it and everything, she won second prize. And the first prize in the quilt was like just a regular quilt. I don't know if it was the way it was quilted or the pattern or how she went around it that made it better than the other one. I would have voted for the second place over the first place. And again, they have different categories, like tucked, fabric tucked, fabric kit, fabric cut, pieced, hand, machine. They have all these different categories on everything. So it was fun. But what I'm getting to is I ran into these ladies they were sitting there at the thing, and they were with the Indiana Donor Network, which is for organs and things like that. People are waiting for transplants.
Yeah.
And they do this, they have this program called Threads of Compassion here in the state of Indiana.
Cool.
And what they do is they make
she didn't even tell me about this.
Nope,
guys.
I didn't before.
Nope, I don't know nothing.
She knows nothing. Anyway, they send out to families who are waiting to donate as well as donating shawls for them to sit as a remembrance of their family. They're all donated. They will send you the yarn. They have patterns on their website. They have to be rectangular, 24 to 34 inches wide, 65 to 70 inches long. And
so they won't take ones that we just donate from our own stash.
No. They prefer They prefer these.
Yeah, they prefer us to make you a new one.
Well, which is way, because then they're consistent. I mean, because who do you decide? I mean, if I sent in 6 triangle ones that were like Stephen West type, who do you decide to give them to? The next person up would be me, and I would imagine that's how they do it when they pass them out. But then they're consistent, so then everybody has them.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm gonna do this, guys, and I've got yarn at home, and I actually got it all packed up.
So they gave you yarn?
No, I had my own yarn. She said I could come and get some. And I told her we were going to talk about it today. She was all excited about her little thing. I said, well, I think the lady, her name was Sharon. And Sharon. Whatever. Anyway, she was there. And she said that they were going to watch us this morning. So hi, everybody.
So it doesn't have to be any specific yarn.
No.
It just has to be a specific size.
Right. Just has to be a specific size. It's called Threads of Compassion. If you go to the Indiana Donor Network and search for Threads for Compassion, they have all the stuff.
They want them rectangular.
And they'll have patterns and everything for knit and crochet. And they will take donations of yarn.
You need to donate, girlfriend.
They will take donations of yarn. So that was the main thing I was so excited about.
Yeah, you need to donate.
I can send them some of my yarn and then, yarn.
Yeah.
And as well as, but I packed up, Sharon. I packed up one that I had with yarn that I had at home, and I'm going to take it to the Caribbean. And so I'm going to make at least one, and then I'll get it to you and everything. So, and then let's see. They want them washed in an unscented detergent before returning them, just so that all the oils are off. They'll even mail you the yarn, and you can just mail it back. You don't have to go to the office. But I would imagine there's more than just Indiana. Nancy, California. I would imagine there's other places, and it can be anything. I mean, if you have scrap yarn, you could do your fiddle bits and make a beautiful Sue's with, say, because you do a lot of pink and do a lot of, you could use up your scraps that way.
You guys, if you want, email them. The email address is there, threads@indonornetwork.org. For specifics.
Yeah.
Or call them.
So it's just something that would be great to do with our fiddle bits and things like that we have out. And I'm going to crochet.
A corner to corner crocheted shawl would take you next to no time.
Right, exactly.
Especially if you're doing it in either worsted.
Right. I think this is Aran. And that I have, it's about the same. So it shouldn't take long. I think I'm using an I hook or a J hook, when it's something like that. I'm using a big hook. Yeah. And I'm going to start it probably at the airport and just kind of do it while we're on the thing. And so I thought it was nice that these ladies get together, and it's just something to do for the community, which is what we should be doing more of that. So I was really pleased with the fact, and then I could donate my yarn.
You donate yarn.
I can get rid of some of it, because finding places that take it is tough. Now I know that the prisons used to take it because they would make blankets for fallen officers' families. And I know that some of the material at one of the shops that I go to, she donates her fabric, and they sew quilts.
That's kind of fabric. Kind of I can't imagine them going, here, so some metal knitting.
Right, I know.
Knitting needles. And
even the plastic ones.
Knit. Even the plastic ones.
But I would imagine, the thing is when they hand out pens and pencils, they have to make sure they get all the pieces back when they have them in class too. Yeah. So nobody has what they call the shiv.
A shiv.
I think it's a shiv.
Whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So that's how they do it. And the fair was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. A bunch of places actually very expensive though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Inflation has hit the fair too.
It has hit the fair. And this year in Indiana, they have all these different vendors that have all these major hotspots, and they even put them on a map and told you where they were. And you could vote for your favorite to find out. They had pork and tater tots and bacon and cheese and ranch dressing stuff.
And all the good
and all these fennel. Yeah, nothing with calories. Nothing with calories.
No, well, it's the fair. They wave the wand over it and it's all gone.
Well, you have to walk around.
True.
So anyway, I'm going back on Tuesday for $2 Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because I buy my tickets before. Now you can go online, check in your own state, but you can go online and like between September to December, they will send you out a thing and you can order the tickets and print them out at home so that they're actually more reasonable.
So riddle me this. So if you bought a ticket to the fair, is that just for one day or is that for the season of the fair?
Just the one day.
Well, yeah, that's a racket.
I know, but that's how it goes. They gotta, pay for all the people that are there taking the stuff. And, I felt so sorry for the one girl when we pulled in. I said, normally they've got like a little hutch and they have shade. Well, when she scans your parking thing, she's standing out in the middle of the sun. I said, I hope somebody gets you an umbrella. And she said, yeah, they're out tracking them down. So she hadn't, when we came back, I went out the same way. And I said, where's your umbrella? I said, they got you an umbrella. She goes, it keeps blowing over. So now I'm getting back in the sun. And I mean, it had only been a couple hours and she was like baked. And I'm like, oh man, I would not be too happy. And we went on Friday, and here in Indiana, it was wonderful. Yesterday, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was so cool. And today, I think it's supposed to be a little better. It's 66 degrees today in Indianapolis. How you like that?
Yeah, love that.
Love it. Yeah, it was just
I went out before it was actually light out and watered my plants out there. And I was like, it was 55 degrees. I was like, ooh.
I did when I
Oh, am I in the UK? What the heck?
When I got dressed this morning, same thing. I thought, I put on the capris and I thought, maybe I should be wearing the ankle pants. It's going to be a little chilly. And I thought, nah, it'll be sunny. It's supposed to be beautiful out. So, and then what else did we do? It was all we did at the fair. And then, of course, I got my shirt.
You got your shirt.
My chicken shirts.
She got me a shirt.
But I didn't get that at the fair.
No, she didn't get it at the fair. But what did you got?
I got that at the fair.
She got this at the fair.
And
a little pen. Little pen with a llama on it.
Yeah.
But this.
She didn't have one.
What the duck? Seriously, what the duck? Seriously.
Not just what the duck.
What the duck.
Seriously, what the duck. So anyway.
That's a Temu find.
It was fun. That's a Temu find.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was how we did that. Just working on the old muscle bird, guys.
Yeah, I'm on the downward slope of this. I'm
past the muscle, so I'm heading into the burr.
I have a couple of inches to go on this, but it's just up a little bit. It's just knitting, so it's okay.
But you got pearl.
Nope, not past a certain point.
Okay.
Now I'm just knitting.
Okay.
I got a couple of rounds in on my blanket.
Oh, very good.
Because I've been doing that.
Stitch.
I've been doing that when at night watching a movie. I've been doing my blanket.
Yeah, I haven't started anything new. I figured I'm going to finish that gray shawl, the one that with all that funky, the gray and beige thing. I'm going to finish this, and I'm taking that, and the threads of compassion yarn thing.
Yeah.
On this one, because this one we're going to Cozumel. We have a day at sea, and then we go to Cozumel. Been to Cozumel, so it's just about just get off, shop a little bit, and come back. It's not like we're going to do any excursions or anything. I may walk down to the beach, but we'll see. Then we sail to Grand Cayman. Again, we're tendered in Grand Cayman, so I like to take the boat ride after everybody. Sometimes I don't even get off. No, I'm just going to go back to the ship. I just came out to get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then do a little running around. And then we got a sea day, and we go to the Bahamas, Bimini. And again, nothing major, just kind of chilled. So not planning on doing anything. So I figured I can hopefully get one or all three of them done. Because I'm well into it. So I got a ways to go.
Yeah.
But Mikey's got a big head. So, and then his sister kind of hinted she wanted a hat. So Mikey goes, well, maybe you should give it to her. And I'm like, no.
I did give to my mother-in-law's sister was here visiting.
Oh, nice.
And she lives up north.
Yeah.
She lives up north where they get a little bit more snow. And she had mentioned that she only had one hat.
How can you only have one hat?
So I said, well, we need to remedy that. And I said, I'm sure that you can get a hat or two in your suitcase on your way home.
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
so I gave her hat number 5 with the fur pom-pom on the top
Cool.
because she has a black coat, and her
Oh,
other one
nice.
is her other coat is kind of red-ish.
Oh,
Like this is
okay.
a red-ish hat with
Neat.
a raccoon pom-pom on the top of it. You know, it's that raccoon fake fur, whatever. But yeah, hat number 5. So it's like this teeny tiny little cable.
Yeah.
That I did a dusty pink one for Colleen's friend's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I did that in
For
hat
Zoe.
number 5 for a younger adult. And I like doing that hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Just have one for me, but the red one that I did in Malabrigo Rios, which was a great yarn to do that hat in.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a bit small for me.
Ah,
So I think I need to add one more repeat
okay.
in the all the way around, and then I need to be smarter and do the brim longer, even though I hate doing knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. I hate doing that.
You
but I
do?
need to make it a little bit longer. Yeah, I hate it.
Actually, I hate the
And
two.
I need to do the brim in a size needle smaller.
Right. I always do.
And
Even if the patterns,
I didn't on that red one.
the only time if I start something like I don't have it. Otherwise, and now I bought a set of minis that travel with me.
Yeah.
That I take with me now. And like even with that Stephen West one, when I was working on it and that broke, I actually just put all those little cords together and
Yep.
it was awful to work with that way, but at least it kept it together. So
Yeah.
and then you can keep going because inevitably, if you can't do it, that's when you want to do it.
Of course.
And nothing else comes close. Even if you have 16 Musselbergs and you really like the ones you're working on, but you're set to say, I'm really working, I'm doing mid-progress, and I really like what I'm doing.
I want to finish this.
And yeah, and then something gets in the way of that. The yarn runs out or you break, whatever. And that was one of the only times, even as tight as I knit, I've actually broken a needle. And I've had a couple of, sorry, nitpicks, but I have had nitpicks break here at the join, right here.
No Likey's break though?
I've never had a Likey break. And I love the Likeys, but I like the Likey fixed.
Yeah, I had a set of Likey interchangeable and I didn't like them. I used them long enough to knit the one sweater.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, you know what? Not doing it.
Yeah. So I just
sold
have,
them.
as a rule, when they have
I
when
like
they have
fixed.
needles and things on sale, I usually go with the fixed as a rule.
Yeah, I like fixed.
Because the only reason you couldn't get the square ones a lot in the fixed, and that has helped with my tension. Because the square I don't get quite as tight because I'm a tip knitter.
I think it's in your head.
It is in my head because for some reason I think you shouldn't have any space in here. It's supposed to be like here, like this.
Yeah, I know.
But when you can't get it up over the hump, then you're a little too tight.
Yeah.
And then when you go like this, and then all of a sudden it moves and everything goes shooting off the other end.
That's why you can't use metal.
That's why I don't use metal. And there have been times, don't tell anybody this, but there were times when I would stick something on the end of the needle, like one of the caps, and that's how I would move my needle so that they wouldn't fall off. Because when you shove like this and your hand goes like this, yeah. And it always happened in a bad moment when you couldn't see like this, and you're sitting there going in the dark because Gail's sleeping and I can't scream. And yeah, it's one of those situations. So, all right. Let me think if there's anything else I did this week. I sewed this week.
You sewed.
I sewed with my sewing machine this week.
Well,
I made a list of everything that has to be fixed, sewn, put together that's been sitting downstairs and gathering dust for a long time. I even cleaned out. I got rid of stuff. I got rid of a whole section. You can even tell. My brother walked in and said, "Did you guys paint in here?" I said, "No, I just cleaned it out a little bit." "Oh, looks good." And he walked past.
Keep it going.
And I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm like,
keep it going.
out it goes. It was so good. I figured that's the way to do it. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just a little bit here, a little bit there. It makes a difference after
It-
a while. Eventually,
Do
you'll
you
see
remember
it.
a couple of years ago I said just pick a drawer?
I know you did, and I did, and that area is still clean. That I
But
did,
you need to
which was
continue.
years ago because
Yeah, it was a
Michael
couple of
still
years ago.
with
Yeah,
us.
it was a couple of years ago because both of you
Yeah.
guys
And
had issues with.
yeah,
And I'm just like, y'all, don't think of it as your whole house, and don't even think of it as your whole kitchen or your whole bedroom or
Right.
whole bathroom. Think of it as a drawer. Just
right.
pull that drawer out, take everything out of that drawer,
And
clean the drawer out, and then put the stuff back in the drawer.
Right.
What you know you absolutely need.
right.
Everything else, leave it out, throw the garbage away, put the other stuff in donation pile. If it goes to another room, take it to the other room.
Yep.
Don't put it away. Don't
No.
have to do it. Just take it to the other room and leave
Which
it there. You know.
sometimes causes an issue with me because the other room is full of shit too. So
But you have to get past that. Just it's full of shit. Just
I know
one more thing in that room is no
I
big
know.
deal.
that and upstairs, I have to admit, changing suitcases made a big and a carry-on bag made a big difference too because I did have to whittle down because I got a little bit smaller ones
Oh,
to carry on.
so you had to get rid of some bags
So I had to get rid of some of the stuff that I
you bagged.
that I bagged.
You-
Now the funny thing is when we went to Seattle, when I was in Seattle, you have to bring your bag, or they charge you like 50 cents a bag. It's most of these places are they're very stringent on it up there because I guess it's hard to get rid of trash up there. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
When we went to San Francisco the one time, I thought, boy, these people are really cool because they carry their own bags and everybody had bags. Well, I didn't realize they were charging me for the bag when they asked me if I wanted a bag. Of course, you go into a grocery store and you want a bag. Why would you ask me if I want a bag in a grocery store? And then I realized
We're
that
in
they
a
charge me for
flyover
it.
state, and
Yeah.
we don't get
We
charged
don't
that
necessarily
stuff.
worry about that anymore. So anyway, I was pretty impressed with the fact, but they had cool ones, like touristy ones, like you would get in a tote bag. That was pretty neat. And I thought, well, no, this is pretty nice. For 25 cents, I get a cool bag. I should take them back as souvenirs.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Well, even our reusable bags are only 99 cents here.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're reasonable.
they're
They have it.
reusable ones.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I've actually,
My husband overfills the reusable bags and breaks them.
well, yeah, because you have to be a little bit careful.
Oh no, he's a man, so he can carry 500 pounds, even though that reusable bag can't handle 500 pounds. I can't tell you the amount of times that he has ripped the bottoms out of those or the handles off of them. I'm just like, oh my God, would you stop?
Yeah.
Stop. You know.
So you guys, anybody out there, do you go to your state fairs? Does anybody enter anything in your state? I did twice. Once I did it in one. And I had Marcia to thank for that because Marcia got everything together and Marcia took care for it. And she won third, I won fourth. Of course, I couldn't beat the teacher, God forbid.
No, can't beat the teacher.
Nope. And then 1 year I put 2 things in, and my friend Kristen was right next to it. She won her sweater won that year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was an amazing sweater. Kristen did beautiful stuff. And then she got COVID, and now she's had complications from that forever. But she had other medical issues that were in her way. But anyway, she still can knit.
She got some stitch markers a little bit ago.
Really?
Yeah.
She's knitting again. And
Mhm.
she, even the stuff she posted, she says, well, it's not like what I used to do. Still looks amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
Kristen, and this is a girl when we would drive for 2 hours who could finish a shawl in like one afternoon. She fast knitter, read the pattern super well and everything. Ashley?
She did that. I want to call it the peacock shawl, but it was the one where it had all kinds of German short rows and it had the different colors in it. You're reading. You're not listening to me.
No, Ashley's telling me she's up in Renton, Seattle, and her shop, except for the pet store. Okay. She said everybody charges up there everybody brings their bags and everything because she's up in Seattle area there, Ashley and Rosalind. Ashley made me my socks.
Yeah.
Which I have to admit, I took to Seattle and I had every intention of coming to see you, Ashley, but it didn't work out that way. So anyway, maybe the next trip. that I'll get up there. Because she's going to be there for 5 years. So I'll be getting up there. You never know. So.
Well, I might have to drag you that way again to go to Alaska one more time.
See, I have to do that
we
because you have to do Alaska. I want to do Alaska again. I like the Alaska cruise.
That's a good one.
I really enjoy it, but I'd like to go at the beginning of the season. But Karen said it was raining more than anything. But I'd like to go and still see all the snow up there.
But I'm a little sad that I'm not doing the one to the
New
British
England?
Isle. Yeah.
Yeah, up in New England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad on that, but it was just out of.
But there they do it all the time.
Yeah.
You can always do it in 26, 27, 28.
Yep.
So
yep.
Anyway, this is Ashley and Rosalind are Fats Girls. PHATZ.
Fat girls.
Fat girls.
Yeah.
Fats girls.
Fat.
Fats.
It's not-
FATS, but she spells it PF, and I want to keep saying instead of. So, anyways, so there you have it. And I do love my socks and I wear them. And the thing is I'm down to I started a pair on the one trip, and both of them are like right here where you kind of do something for the heel here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as far as I gotten. I haven't gotten any further.
And you haven't met up with Colleen or Marcia
no, it's
or
like,
anybody?
It comes to here in my
it's a
head.
mental block. Both of them are there.
Yeah, both of them are right there. And I'm kind of, every time I look at it, I carry it around. I literally carry it around with me. And I'm over there going, I don't know why I can't finish these because it just gets there. And I'm like, ah! And it could be the way the pattern was written. But so anyway.
Ashley says she wants to do Alaska too, and she couldn't do the last trip because her sister was getting married in Mexico. Well, it's a good excuse.
It's a good excuse. Man.
It's a good excuse.
You got to get down to the Mexican way. Now I don't know where in Mexico. I don't know if it's the western side. It's your side, the West Coast side. I love that area down there. We've been down to Cabo twice on a cruise, and I just love that. The hardest thing about that is it's a beautiful cruise for a week, but then I have to fly all the way across the country, and it's hours, and so it's just one of those things that I just haven't done as much, and I would love to do more. Because Mikey says we used to say we couldn't move to Florida and be within driving distance to Disney. We had to be far enough away that I couldn't drive there in a day and back. I said, well, pretty much that's staying here. Any place else I could do it. Even if I go for 2 hours and turn around and drive home, that was it.
Right.
Now that I don't hang out as much as Disney, but I hang out more on cruise ships, he's like, we can't go anywhere that you can drive to the port and get on the cruise ship. Because otherwise, he said, every weekend you'd be out on a ship, And I said, you're right. And that's how some of these people get all these points, because I wonder, how in the hell have you gotten all these stuff? Well, that's part of the reason.
You live, an hour from port. And
and they just drive. And you don't have to add the expense of flying.
Yeah, and you can sit on the site and wait for the super major deal.
Or you can book it like the day before they leave, where it's even super cheap.
Yeah.
Because they want to fill the ship. And then you don't have to worry about adding, which is one of the things. Either I get the cruise really cheap and I pay for the expensive airfare because I have to wait until the last day to fly, or I get the cruise cheap and then I have to pay for the airfare, whatever.
My mother-in-law said that she for a cruise, she thought the one place that she thought she would like to cruise would be the Greek Isle.
Oh yes. I'm funny you should mention that.
And I was like, well, yeah, I think it would be fantastic. I just think that the flight would fucking suck.
It does.
The flight would suck.
But the other thing you have to remember was when you go over, and if you're doing a cruise and it's like the Greek Isles and it starts in Athens, you need to go to Athens like a week before so that you can see Greece from there instead of just
from land.
So like we did with Barcelona, we got to Barcelona and then we did it afterwards because we got off the cruise and then we stayed for 4 days in Barcelona, which was great. Yeah. It's either stay afterwards or go before. Yeah. So anyway, we were
or a little of both.
Yeah. So whatever. That's how you'd sort of do it. But you have to make it worthwhile.
Have you done the Greek Isle?
Maybe in March.
Oh.
In March, we're going over to Barcelona to bring the ship back because we love that cruise. going across the Atlantic Ocean is amazing. And you have like 6 or 7 days all in a row. It's wonderful. So we're going to fly to Barcelona, get on the ship, spend a couple days beforehand in Barcelona. However, Celebrity has a special, and one of the specials is a 11 night cruise of the Greek Isles. However, we get back in, the Barcelona cruise leaves on, I think it's the 17th or something. And Celebrity gets in on the 17th from the Greek Isles and then spends the night in Greece, and then you depart. So they give you 2 days in Greece to stay. So I said we could get off the ship on Sunday and fly to Barcelona and get on the ship in Barcelona. Or we could just miss the boat and fly to Malaga.
To the
Malaga,
next part.
to the first port.
To the first port.
And then we could get on the ship there and still get the sea days and get both cruises for a decent rate. And that's what we like to do, because when you spend that much money
on an airfare,
we did that this summer. We did it last year. We did back to back last year when we went to
back
Norway.
European cruises. Yeah.
And then this year we did the same thing with Iceland and the British Isles, because you spend so much money on these flights that you want to make an effort. Now, granted, some people are comfortable sitting in economy. I'm not. I can't sleep, and I wiggle and jiggle, and it's not cool. I got to get up. I got to get down. I got to do this. I got to do that. And they don't like you getting up in that way in the back.
Yeah.
Whereas in first class, nobody says anything if the seatbelt's on. They just sort of kind of go, be careful, but they let you get up and down and stuff. So
yeah,
they bring you cookies and cream and
milk and
yeah. Then you get a nice
orange juice.
You get a nice
and
mug, and you get a mug, to drink out of instead of a paper cup, and and your tables
a glass
are nice
to
size.
Drink your cocktail out of,
and you got your little stand and your own little window, and it's really worth the effort. Especially going to Singapore.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Indy to LA. That's 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets even better. Then we sit in LA for a couple 3 hours. Then we get on the plane and we're going Delta, and we fly to Incheon, South Korea, like 15, 16 hours, 18 hours, something like that. Okay. Then we're in Incheon like 4 or 5 hours. And then we fly 6 more hours to Singapore. And you wonder why I did this, because they do have nonstop on Singapore Air. I did it because Singapore Air is great. It's one of the best, they say, in the thing, like Qatar and Emirates. They're like amazing.
Yeah, United Emirates, yeah.
But I did it because just in case something happens, when am I going to use Singapore Air again?
Right.
I'm going to fly to Singapore and back, like that.
Yeah.
So I said Delta would be the better way, and it was cheaper in the long run. So we went with Delta to do that. And Delta does a good job too. So I'm not saying they don't. It's just that everybody said Singapore Air.
Well, and your layovers, you have more room, more time to get some tchotchke shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
I'm going to be in South Korea, and it wasn't one of the things.
When is the next time you're going to get to South Korea?
Yeah, I know. It's not like I'm just going to fly there for the day or two. It's one of those things. But
so you can get some tchotchke shit
in
the airport.
I did tell Gail.
So you have proof that you were there, foot on, and even if it's just in the airport.
Right. Well, we're there for like 5 hours, and supposedly I looked up this thing about doing these these like layover trips, and actually in South Korea, they actually have things. They'll pick you up right at the airport, and you can do almost like the hop on hop out route, but you can't get off. It's just a bus trip that they show you the city, and then they bring you back to the airport. And you come through a different entrance. You don't have to go through with everybody else, because you're coming from a tour. So they bring you through the separate thing. It's a little expensive, but I told Gail, I said, I have to check the timing when we get there, because obviously I don't know day, night, day. It's tomorrow there at this time. Right. And I don't know. Like Maggie, I never know. I'm like, Maggie, what day is it for you? I wonder how she managed it. How's the baby coming?
She's the same time.
Baby
she's the same day.
She's on the same day.
She's on the same day.
Yeah, same day as us. So Maggie's got the baby coming soon. So that'll be terrific. Oh, I could get something in Incheon.
Yeah.
There you go, Max. Baby stuff from Incheon. So
I don't. My brother is coming on Friday, so we're not going to be here. I mean, you're gone,
right.
but my brother's in town, so unless he wants to, show his mug on podcast, I don't think we'll be here next week. If we are, it'll be a surprise.
Yeah, there you go. Check your dings.
You never know.
Yeah, watch for that bell.
His wife is taking their daughter and grandchildren to, well, he said Florida. Okay. So they live in Raleigh, North Carolina, so they're not that far from Florida, right? I don't know if that meant they were going to Disney or if what they were doing in Florida, but his wife, he says, wife is taking the kid and the grandkids to Florida for the weekend, so I figured I'd come see you.
That was nice of him to
and
say.
I'm like, well, it's perfect. I said, I don't have anything going. He says, all right, here's my flight. So he comes in on Friday and leaves on Monday.
Well, that's nice. Nice weekend. Quick hop in, hop out. There you go.
Yeah, so he's coming in and we'll,
just show the sights.
We'll do the farmer's market on Saturday, and I'm taking him down to St. Elmo's. He has
he has to have
some shrimp.
Yeah, it has to have a St. Elmo's.
He has to have the St. Elmo's experience. We got to give him some shrimp.
That's an indie thing. That's one of those institution things that you take.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm sure, Ashley, when you have friends and come out, Maggie, anybody who has people that come out to their area because it's exotic. I mean, going out to Seattle is totally different. I mean, the Washington State area is just unbelievable with all the lakes and the trees and the mountains.
Well, you got to go Sasquatch hunting.
Yeah, you do. I forgot that. We'll have to do that. Ashley, we need to work on that next time.
You have to see the mountain.
Well, and Sasquatch is everywhere because he's not only in Alaska and there. They have a Sasquatch sighting every once in a while in Norway. I don't know how he gets up. Well, he probably just walks over.
Wasn't that
he just goes from here to there because it's up at the top.
Is it Sasquatch up there or is it Yeti?
It might be Yeti up there. That's true.
I mean,
same creature, but two different families.
Two different names.
Yeah, it's like the McCoys and Hatfields. They just don't get along. They've had a feud for years. So they just sort of, because they're way up here where it's small, they can just walk over.
Yeah,
it's within a day's walk for them because they have big feet. So
anyway. But my brother's coming up, and so and there's like nothing to do on Sunday. Like everything, I think, I'm like, the fair is going on. So like the only thing that's really happening on Sunday are sports things.
Yeah. Which is really
because the fair is going on.
Well, one time my brother came in and we were trying to figure out what's something to do. So we took him to a monster truck rally.
I might take him to the zoo.
They actually turned the whole center. Back then it was the Hoosier Dome. And I didn't know. I mean, we'd never done it. We just thought, hey, that's what we should do. We'll take them to this thing. And he even said, oh God, what are you guys doing with me? And he said, probably going to some truck show. And I said, yeah, we are. And we didn't have earplugs. No. The sound, and it's just amazing to me how they turn a football field, a stadium like that into different things. Yeah. Like the pictures on Facebook, how they turn the football field into a swimming pool in a matter of days, and then took it all apart, filled it with water and everything. And they had blue swimming in it. It's so much fun. They have been seeing it on Facebook. He goes around and smashes people with pies, with whipped cream face. Blue does that. He does that. He's so cute. And then, of course, I've been watching the Olympics because Snoop's there. So I've been watching Snoop. He's like the best ambassador ever. I don't know why people are saying, wait, couldn't pick anybody better than Snoop Dogg. Oh my God, he's like an American institution. He's like the best ever. He's so what? He smokes a little weed. Big deal, I mean, whatever he does. But he's great. He's got grandchildren. He takes care of them. They showed a picture of him the other day tying his granddaughter's shoes. She's a fashionista. They went to some fashion show, and she's in there with her Coco Chanel. Oh, adorable. I just love Snoop. You need to come on our show, Snoop Dogg. The Olympics don't have anything over us, So anyway, other than that, I don't have much going on. I'm going to get packing and sewing.
Yeah, you need to get packing. What day do you go?
Well, we don't leave until next Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I got all week.
You got You got time.
I got all week. I got time. And what I've been doing is some of the dresses, and because I haven't really lost any, but I've readjusted. So some of them are a little bit bigger in through here.
Yeah.
So I just need to kind of tuck them in and maybe put darts in the back or something. So just a little things like that. And of course, it keeps me from doing other things I need to do. Because, on the day that I pack is when I decide to suddenly wash the floor in the attic.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be done. It should have been done years ago, but I haven't done it. So today I'm going to do it because I know I have 12 minutes extra.
Yeah.
And
I have 12 minutes extra and I do need to pack, but I don't really want to do that.
But if I pack too early, then I overpack. I do. But on the other hand, I'm only gone for 6 nights and I keep thinking, well, so what? I have plenty of room to bring 6 different outfits. And this way I don't have to wear anything again. And then I think that was dumb. You should just bring extra shirts and wear the skirts twice or something. Because I think the Caribbean's going to be a little warm. So I'm kind of thinking skirts, dresses, a little bit more, because it's fun to wear on the ship. But then the ship could be cold and my feeties are going to get tootsie cold.
So you got to bring extra slippers and socks and a couple of sweaters to match.
And a couple of sweaters to match because you got to have a sweater to match. You never know, it might be chilly. So because I get up early and this is the way I think,
guys. 2 different kinds of pajamas. One, the cool pajamas, and one, the warm pajamas.
No, only one. I just ask for an extra blanket because Gail has a cooler than I do. And my husband always says, well, if you wanted a little bit warmer, why don't you turn the fan off? And I'm like, smack. No way. I have to have my fan.
It's also white noise. It's not just the wind. It's also noise.
It's noise. It's more than that over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's that sort of thing. So you have to get on there. But I do have my already I know what I'm taking. My Musselburgh, my gray shawl, and this Threads of Compassion. Get on your networks and check. If not for Indiana, look in your own state. See if maybe some places take hats for the cancer kids like they did in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Because hats are an important thing too. The reason I do acrylic on the ship, hats for that on the ship or sock yarn type thing, is because they don't have the room to lay stuff out.
Yeah.
Whereas at home you do, so you can always do that. So anyway, I got to figure out. I'm getting too many pins on this bag.
You need another bag.
I do. I probably should have a bigger bag, but that's my Musselburgh bag. It fits perfect in my travel.
Yeah.
In my backpack, so when I'm on the bus, away I go.
You guys seen her little pin bag?
Yeah.
I think you can get a lot more pins on here.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the handles.
Yeah, I can go all the way up because I don't wait. You're just kind of doing this with it. And then I can always carry it this way if the handles are full.
Yeah.
So you're right. But yeah, I had to. So I have to take this to the fair on Tuesday because I bought a fair pin and I haven't done this Musselburgh at the fair. So I have to take it with me on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of us going on $2 Tuesday. So I can sit and wait for them and as they go off and do their thing and I'll come back. And because a lot of things I won't do. I'm like, no, I'm not going over there. Like my husband, he has to go and watch them do the machines. That's Pioneer Village when they first started out with all those belts and all those old tractors and everything. Has to watch. I'm like, no, I've seen it 18,000 times. So Mags, what's up?
I can't read it.
I can't either.
I don't have my glasses.
I am pay our to a bag here. Oh, she has to pay for their bags down there too.
Yeah.
Oh, she got second place once. That's great. I got fourth, Maggie. Didn't get first or second. And then, like I said, the second time I put it in, unfortunately, when they were folding things up, it got stuck between two things. And this woman took her stuff home, stuck it in a bag. 2 or 3 later, post-pandemic, I finally get it back.
Yeah.
Through a friend of a friend, just by sheer chance.
By chance.
And I said, I'm not putting anything else in there because I don't want, they didn't do anything to help me find it. They were supposed to help and they didn't. And I was like, hey, and at first they were kind of like implying I didn't even put it in because I said, yeah, I did. It's right next to Kristen's and she so anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so essentially they lost her shawl.
They did. And I had to remake
her shawl that
it was a test knit.
Yeah, it was a test knit.
Yeah. And I had to redo it.
Yeah.
And I had to redo it over a couple of days because it was due in. And I thought, well, I can put it in the fair for a short amount of time. Then I didn't know. It was my very first test knit. So I didn't know what it meant. And I mean, she did send it back to me, but I was like,
but she sent it back. You got that shawl back like a year and a half or 2 years later.
I know.
Because the gal who ended up getting it was on accident. So it was folded into her entry.
Yeah.
And put into a bag. And when she went and picked it up, she took the bag home and put the bag up in the closet somewhere. Didn't even take it out of the bag and look at it or anything. Because what did she care? She didn't win anything at the fair.
Right.
And she wasn't going to wear it because she's probably like us and has 40,000 things anyway.
It was an Afghan, a crocheted Afghan.
And years later, a year or so later, she opens it up and takes it out. And lo and behold, there's an Afghan in there. And I think
it was either one of the guilds.
It was it was on Ravelry or Facebook. She posted a picture of it.
Postbook or something. It says, does anybody
know who this is?
And who this person
it had your tag on it.
It did. It had my name on it, but nothing else. It had my name.
And then your name is Deb Hilton.
Yeah.
Like there's, it might as well have been Johnny Johnson.
The woman that had it sewed in the guild in down south, and they have their meeting in Franklin, and that's how we exchanged it at one of the fiber fairs.
Yeah.
Because they were doing a guild meeting, and this woman says, does anybody know, look what I found? I mean, does anybody know, thinking someone might know me or have heard or something, or what should she do?
Strange how
it was just happen. It was I mean, when you think about it, it's really a small world. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
So anyhow, when you kind of
end up getting it back.
I did get it back, and I actually ended up with 2 of them.
Right.
Because I got the other one back and I had to redo it. So I think the one she had was knitted better because I paid more attention to the pattern.
Well,
the second one I just had to get done.
Yeah.
So anyhow, it worked out in the end. So, and I don't do test knits that often because I'm not fast enough.
I ordered an I-cord maker.
Really?
I did. Well, because this requires an I-cord.
Okay.
I didn't really want that.
No, I get that. That makes sense.
So I ordered one. It should be here tomorrow.
Yay!
I know,
so
right?
Then we can show them how to do it.
So hopefully by the next time you guys see me, I will have this. I'll have photographs. It will be on Etsy.
Yeah.
And I'll have the pattern up.
And next time you see us, I'll have my gray shawl done and my hat done and my Threads of Compassion shawl done. Great.
I
want to take bets on that?
I'll be lucky if I have just this done and the pattern complete with photos on it.
One of the 3 done. Probably the Threads of Compassion more than the other 2 because the other 2 I don't really need right now. So the Threads of Compassion I can pass on.
All of my other projects are huge.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to get rid of that gray one too, because I don't want to just leave it sit there and put it down again. Because I'm afraid if I do that, I won't ever pick it up. And as it is, Stephen West has been sitting there since like the beginning of the year. And somebody's already asked for it, for Christ's sake.
Ashley says she's using the stitch marker. I could actually see that one. Something that the stitch markers that I sent her, they're going on my something shirt today.
That's nice.
Cool.
Actually, I love the stitch markers because I think what I'll do is I'll just start wearing them in my ears too.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm going to do that.
You can do that, especially the lever backs. You can.
Yeah, the lever backs.
I had an order that I'm shipping out tomorrow. It was 160 rings.
Oh man!
I was like,
"What is she going to do with it?"
Well, I don't know.
Oh my!
She ordered 2 sets of 40 of the kaleidoscope, which is a mixture of all the colors. And then a couple other sets of 40. So I was like, okay, awesome. I think this is the same lady. She ordered the same kind of thing before, so I'm hoping she's giving them to friends because that's a lot of single stitch markers.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you
do a lot of Stephen West, because my painted bricks, 52 of them.
That's true.
So unless you're doing a lot of like Stephen West, where you put, or you're one of those people that does like the repeats on a chart, because I do that.
And you need to have a stitch marker.
I put a stitch marker on each one. I think back in the day when I did that shawl that I put the test knit, I didn't know enough about stuff to do that. And lifelines were even new to me then too. Yeah. So that made, because it was a lot of lace
that's a lot of stitch markers.
Yeah. When you think about the fact that you got 52 stitch markers on on the things. And it was really, you didn't really have to put them, because if you were a really experienced person who read their knitting well,
Yeah.
you know, I don't read a lot. So anyway, so on that note,
Yeah. On that note, we should
we
let
shall
you guys
let
go.
you guys go and have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful
See
week.
you in a couple of
And
weeks.
kids are back in school, so hopefully moms will have a little more time to, well, they're in school here. I don't know when you guys, your kids go back, but, and actually, Mags, your kids are probably in school because it's winter for you. So they're probably in school. They're off when we're in school because it's the opposite end of the world. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So have a good time, good week, good things and everything.
We'll be
And
back
Karen,
in a
take
few
care.
weeks.
I'll be in touch hopefully this week to see you, Karen, my love, and see how she's doing. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm back on Saturday, barring any problem with the airlines. I should be here in 2 weeks
Okay.
because we get back on the 24th, so I should be here on the 25th. Yeah, you never know with the airlines anymore.
Not
So-
a touchscreen.
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
See you guys next time.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one. I did forget.
I know you did.
Oh, my